You can watch a show.
Yeah, my question was the following. About 6 months ago, I took a group of my son's friends to a concert here on the Sunset Strip in Hollywood.
Okay.
And one of the kids got hurt during the concert in a mosh pit. And the parent of the child, they're all minors, 17, 16 years old. One of the parents is suing me for medical bills because the kid got his nose broken, and I think he also dislocated his shoulder during the mosh pit. I'm not sure if you know what a mosh pit is.
Yeah.
That's where they all stand up.
A whole bunch of bodies in a pit. A whole bunch of people moving around inside a pit.
Yeah. So
how many kids? How many kids?
I tried to get the kid out. I tried to get security to help me out, but it was just a real big mess, a big super brawl. So
what role did you play in all of this? Jose, what role did you play in all this? Was it your idea? Was it?
Actually, I guess I was supervising them. I took them with me to the concert, bought them dinner, bought their tickets. It was a ride to and from. And basically, things got out of control during the show. It was one of those hardcore mental shows.
Well, you know what you can do? Do you have any insurance that'll pick up your defense?
I don't have any insurance, but I told the father of the child that he should be suing the venue before.
That may or may not be true. Jose, that may or may not be true. That may or may not be true, but you can't.
Right.
You don't have a lot of control over who that family sues.
Yeah, but you can, Jose, actually sue the venue itself.
Yes, of course.
For failing to provide adequate security, and ask for indemnification. Indemnification is to pay you for whatever you might have to pay out, if anything, to the kids, and ask for attorney's fees.
Have you thoroughly explored the possibility of an insurance carrier picking up your defense? Have you seriously?
Have insurance. I mean, I have homeowner
insurance. The homeowners may cover it.
I have my car insurance.
It may. I would check with
being injured under my custody.
Jose, it's more likely that homeowners insurance is going to cover it, but I would check with both. Until you check with both, you don't know.
Do I have like an affirmative defense, which would be like a assumption of risk?
Yeah, you might.
You very well may, because most exactly. I was going to say most sporting events, most sporting outings and sports have an assumption of risk right in the middle of it.
Has been applied to baseball games. It's been applied to horseback riding. It's been applied to
scuba diving,
tennis, scuba diving, football, and these people going into these mosh pits know that they're probably going to get hurt or beat up.
There is a likelihood.
Or fall in love. I guess those are all kinds of damages.
Both can happen.
Or lose their eardrums, and maybe they've assumed the risk. Can you get a lawyer to defend you?
I'm sorry?
Can you get a lawyer to represent you?
No, I don't have a lawyer. They have a lawyer.
Well,
of course. When do they file the lawsuit?
Actually filed in small claims, so I don't know why they have an attorney for it.
Oh, they cannot have an attorney in small claims court.
That's correct. So my understanding is.
No. So when they show up in small claims court, the lawyer won't be able to participate. You should also, at this point, sue in small claims court the venue and have the cases heard at the same time, and you sue in small claims court for any losses that you might sustain.
Yeah, in other words, you may not lose. It's possible that the judgment will be against you from the plaintiff, but then the judgment will be against the place, so that the money passes from them to you to the plaintiff, and in that way, if that happens, then you don't lose.
Because these places are notorious not to have enough security.
Yeah, that's true. Jose, we got to run. Thank you very much for the call. We appreciate it. It's an interesting situation with some interesting legal issues. But we got to take a break, so we're going to do that. And when we come back, we'll be answering your phone calls.
We're going to rock and
roll. 1-800-405-4222. And yeah, we'll be in the mosh pit talking to all of you. We'll see you then. Welcome back to Legal Help Live. Ralph Saltzman, my partner Steve Solomon. We're here to answer your questions. You're watching us on City TV Channel 16 in Santa Monica, LA 36. In the event that you drop your remote and accidentally change channels, you'll know how to get back to us. Call us at 1-800-405-4222. That's how you get in to ask a legal question. Steve? Steve?
Yeah. So,
what in the world happened up in San Bruno?
A total disaster.
How come they didn't fix the pipe?
Total disaster.
I'm reading here in the bulletin from the LA Times from almost noon today that in 2009, PG&E asked to spend $5 million 2007, they were supposed to fix the pipe for $5 million. It was 62 years old at the time. They never did the work, and now, this year, they asked for an additional $5 million to do the same job by 2013. How come they didn't fix it in 2007 when they were supposed to?
It sounds like they're going to be on the hook. It's a horrible disaster, horrible for people. It's of a much smaller nature, but it's a lot like
but fatalities.
The BP problem. With the oil leaks, etc.
Right.
They know there's going to be a problem. They don't take appropriate protections for it. When you're dealing with gas, they know it's flammable. They don't take protection for it, and they want to put money in their pockets and pay big executive salaries. And they're going to end up, they can't bring the lives back, and people lost all their stuff that's priceless, but I think it's probably a lot like the Metro Rail case that we've dealt with a little bit. They knew that the fellow was texting before, that they watched him and knew about it. They knew that he had been involved with a fatality before, and they still let him be an engineer on a train. It's no difference in knowing that the pipes are bad.
That's not being kind.
And and it's horrible. I mean,
it's not being kind.
In other places, you can get punitive damages. Unfortunately, when you're dealing with governments, and I don't know if PG&E was government, but I'm sure it's some kind of government entity. I think it is.
It's a utility. It's like a hybrid kind of thing.
Well, I don't know whether you get punitive damages.
I don't know.
And I don't know whether there's a cap on it either.
I don't know.
You fly in an airplane going to Europe. There's a $75,000 cap. We know there's a alleged
the Warsaw Convention.
Yeah, two